That's right, you guessed it. After the men are done, it's time for the women to have fun. So you start making sure that, I'm gonna tell you how powerful CCT cameras are. CCT cameras watch your city. APBs or phone calls come out of nowhere into dispatchers that call police officers. So 9 times out of 10, you always have police officers responding to something they don't even know what the situation is. Because a lot of the CCT cameras that have to deal with Homeland Security put out false APBs to dispatchers that call police. Young black male assailants is the fastest way for any cop or police officer to step on the gas and get there in a hurry. It is what it is. But this is why we have to control our attitude. We have to control our levels of anger. We have to control our communication. The biggest problem that we have is being able to realize a situation you can control and a situation you can't control. If you haven't figured it out by now, the way that the police stay paid, they must write a certain amount of tickets a month. They must. Not only must they write a certain amount of tickets, they must have a certain amount of arrests per month. Because society dictates in statistics, there is this many robberies, there's this many assaults, therefore there should be this many arrests per police per capita. So if these police are not getting that arrest or that traffic stop, you know, getting that 4 on their evaluation compared to a 3, a lot of them are getting a 1, then they stand to lose their job. Now this is a man that has a wife and a child, he's just trying to feed his family. It just so happened that they give him a nightstick, a stun gun, some tear gas, a fake gun with rubber bullets, and a real gun that he or she uses a lot. And they tell them in their evaluation they're not making enough arrests. Who do you think that police officer is going to do? He or she can either be a good person and just arrest who is an issue, or just arrest everybody. But the first thing you have to think about is the situation you control. If a police officer pulls you over, hey, just look at face facts, man, you've been caught. You've been caught. You know how many times you done been speeding from the house to work or from a certain place to the home and you ain't been caught? Well, it's time for you to pay your due because somebody finally got you. You're going to get caught sooner or later. So when that police officer rolls up, why you give him an attitude talking about why the F you pulled me over? That's just dumb. You are asking for problems. What you should say, get your license, your registration, and your insurance, stick your hand through your steering wheel, hold it there, give a smile, and say, hey, sir, how you doing today? Like you have no problem paying the ticket. How much do I owe you? You're like, man, what up? I ain't paying for no ticket. Okay, then risk being arrested, going to court and paying even more for resisting arrest, either with your life or with a couple of funky little $100 of some pair of Jordans or tennis shoes that you buy on an often basis, part of your tennis shoe collection. So once that officer pull you over, you have all your paperwork ready to hand to him or her. And they ask you, well, do you know why I pulled you over? It is up to you if you want to tell them the facts. I was like, whatever I did something wrong, so if I can pay it and not go to court, that would be great. So how do I need a debit card? Sometimes play stupid. You know, I'm not trying to tell you bribe the officer, but, you know, is there any way I can just go to court and just pay this without being seen in court? Oh yeah, you can go to this website and you can enter this money order and this will pay for your infraction. Done deal. He gets his certain amount of traffic stops, a certain amount of arrests. You get to write a $40, $50 speeding ticket or $60 speeding ticket without getting your name put into that little machine that they type on and getting you ambered or red flag every time you get pulled off for traffic. Because best believe, you give him or her attitude, they're going to put some points down. That points is going to count against your insurance. Points is going to count against your pullover. And once they put them points down, your days of driving are going to really suck. They're going to suck really bad. Anyway, what I'm talking about now is on women. Now you work on the women. You come out historically making them sexual deviants. First of all, you write history just totally false. You make sure nothing in history is true, whether it be the males and females. You make sure that the women know that their men could not protect them nor do anything for them back then and nothing for them right now. You make sure that the women know that. Also, you start promoting movies that shows interracial relationships between your women and their men. This is how you keep that birth rate down. And it's purposely put there. No movie comes out just because the director has a great idea. Every movie has a programming purpose of your conscious and your subconscious. Every single movie that comes out, especially when it's a controversial black film made by Tyler Perry or something endorsed by Oprah like The Butler. when you got a person that's a billionaire still playing a stupid role in a daggone movie. Call it what you want, people, but we're not in charge like you think. We're not doing as well as you think. Money is a fictional item that actually makes you think that you got it going on and you don't. But anyway, back on our women. They always show up twerking because they twerking. They doing stupid stuff because they want to be the women that our men are so-called attracted to. They make sure that you think that all black men want white women. When you got over 1.5 million black men that are married to black women. It just so happens that black women outnumber us 3 to 5 to 1. So there's going to be some women that's not going to have a man. So you use that to your campaign advantage because you know you were the one that locked up a lot of those men is the reason why they don't have any men. And then after you smear them up on the news, you're smearing women on the news, then you have your cops who are assaulting them physically all the time, beating them up, spraying them. It's because one thing our women don't have is quality control. They don't know how to be quiet, pay attention, and listen. They have a lot of anger because they're alone. They know that by the age of 35 and 40 that they're going to grow up unmarried, unwedded. Just a woman with children and no man. That's anger. Why do you think they're breaking the neck to put all these colorful hair care products all over themselves? Fingernails and all this other kind of crap. Why do you think they're breaking the neck to do that? Because they want a man. Some of them, they don't even care if it's half of a man. A man that can be there to say that they got a man. So they can check the box. It's just like having a car. I got a man. You ain't got one. That's why they always tell me I took your man. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a better woman than you. Because my wig is longer. My nails are flawless. Look at my purse and my shoes. That causes madness and insanity. And then once you break that man and that woman apart from their cultural color group, oh man, it's easy now. All you gotta do is get people like Salt-N-Pepa, come out with songs like Tramp, or TLC to come out with Scrubs. You know, all the artists that you got signed underneath you, they wanna make that good money. You keep them making negative songs about women. Rappers talking about a whole bitch, all this other crazy stuff. See how the campaign works? You actually think, don't get me wrong, ignorant rappers gonna write songs. But do they get airplay? Yes, they get a lot of airplay because of who runs this situation in this smear campaign. They're gonna make sure that ignorant rappers out front talking about whole bitch, this, that, brothers ain't this, brothers ain't that, scrubs, sorry ass Negroes. That's most of your rap music. Then you show violence on the television. You always show them being killed, shot, smashed up. They always die at the beginning of the movie. So that you make sure that the young children that are trying to watch their heroes on TV have nothing to look up to, nothing to look for. So you can't look for them in your modern day heroes. You can't look for them in the police officer and firemen because they don't get heavily employed. They're just there as token Negroes. Just like Ferguson, you got 53-something damn police officers and only 3 of them are black. Token Negroes. All right? So not only do you show violence on them in movies, you always make sure that you show something like Rocky, white man beating up on a black man. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some internet shots of a black child getting his ass whooped by a white child. But not as much as the other way around. That if that was so true, then what was the last heavyweight white champions y'all remember, like other than the Klitschko brothers? Or, you know what I mean? Has a black boxer ever been unseated by a white boxer? It's never happened. It's always been another black boxer. Same way with a black rapper. Same way. Eminem has never had to unseat anybody. Stay on target. So once you have this smear campaign going on television, radio, news, and music, you have ensured that the children underneath them are going to lose their mind because they have nothing to look forward to. Even in the comic books, what do you have? Storm, Black Panther. Out of all the white superheroes, and you want to know why? Because our organization skills. We don't have any black comic book hero, people writing black comic books that are known on a national level. Not known on a point where they can be on a Cartoon Network so that children have the availability to see them on TV just like that. TV is a set limit of time, and what they put on that TV is nothing but a pure smear campaign. It is a campaign, a psychological warfare campaign. That's all TV, music, news media is good for. You got hair issues with the women. Then, to make sure that the program stays in place, listen to me now, to make sure that they financially don't move, they already know that 175 years ago, they were all slaves. And they already know they've been lynched and hung. So where most of them gonna hang out at? Especially the ones that remember slavery and the ones that knew of slavery through the history book. They're going to all hang out in what? Church. And whether you got a good pastor or bad pastor, but one thing that pastor's going to collect is not going to do you zero effect. It's your money. To ensure you can't pay your bills, because what are you doing? You're paying the Wish Foundation. You're thinking that you're going to get a blessing from a church if you tithe. But this is the thing, people. God don't bless no fools. He does not. He or she does not bless a fool. Why would God bless a fool? If a gazelle went to water and forgot that there was an alligator there, God's not going to say, hey, gazelle, look out. That alligator's got to eat tonight. No, that ain't going to happen, dog. That gazelle going to get his head ripped off because that crocodile or that alligator deserves to eat just like that gazelle deserves to eat. So if you foolish, you're going to fall victim to shit. You understand what I'm saying? Our children always pick on children that are different. But that different child should have the ability to laugh at them because they're all the same. The only thing that's all the same is a herd. And a herd gets picked off constantly. Whether it be the middle, the back, or the front. A herd gets picked off. And that's what most of our children are. Because they have no war heroes. They have no cartoon heroes. They have no television heroes. Every scary movie they watch, black people are the first ones to die. Any action movies, first one to die. Black people always getting beat up. You had Wesley Snipes who was Blade. And once that Blade series was done, where did he end up? Where did Passenger 57 end up? For tax issues. Do you understand the smear campaign now? It's like, well, he should have paid his taxes. You think he didn't pay his taxes? You think they gave him an ultimatum? They said, well, you can get 10 years and nobody will know nothing. By the time you get out, you'll be 70. Oh, we'll give you 1 year. All you have to do is sign this declaration and shut the hell up. Trust me, people. It's not what you think it is. Those people that you call your Hollywood actors that look like they're living a great life, brother, they are hostage. They are hostage. And if you actually think that every white police officer wakes up in the morning and say, I'm going to kill a black person, then you're probably the nigga that I'm talking about. Because you are just negative. Your thought process, believe it or not, just like the Matrix, can change your environment. If you're laying with a bunch of negative people all the time and y'all ain't doing nothing, nobody's striving to change their life for the better, nobody wanting anything better for their life, guess what? You're going to be the type of person that's pulled over because you playing music loud, you bumping in the car, you smoking Swisher Sweets, and you pass by a police officer. You like, oh, fuck ass cop. And then this motherfucker gets behind you, cuts on his lights, pulls you over, license and registration. Instead of doing what I told you to do, like, man, what the fuck you pulled me over for, dog? While you smoking. The ones in the back, he smell alcohol. You got priors. So if you give him any more resistance, guess what he or she gonna do? Because they don't know black folks like other black folks know black folks. And this is the thing. Most black folks are scared of other black folks, man. Yeah. Most black folks are in fear of a lot of brothers that's in the hood. And then you wonder why we getting shot. So we have to control our outcome. And the way we control our outcome, we have to control our anger, aggression, and our thought process. You have to control your attitude. Therefore, you gotta change and align your vision toward more positive things. And yes, I know they shoot a lot of us. They do. And that's why I say, how can you accept Jesus as Messiah, but you don't look at these children who are changing the way you see life as a Messiah, because they are saving your life. They are. Don't let them be murdered and slain and their assassination to go for nothing. Everything that happens on this planet happens for a reason or happens for something. Whether it is invigorated by another human being or police officer or cop, or it's not. Drunk drivers get hit all the time. People who are driving drunk hit innocent bystanders all the time. They didn't mean to do it on purpose? No, it's just bad energy. It's either your time or it ain't your time. You can change that. How can you keep a drunk driver hit? Or you might not want to drive when most people are drinking and driving. You know what I mean? Does it make sense? You might not want to go to an ATM at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? Make sense? As a woman who's very voluptuous and beautiful, you might not want to get drunk, smoke a lot of weed, and hang around 5 or 6 guys that just got out of prison and are very horny. Does that make sense? You understand what I'm saying? So you got to make good decisions. You can't perceive that everybody's got a good heart and mind like you do, because it's not. But you need to understand that we're falling under psychological warfare, the system of racism. And what's going on right now has been going on for the past 200 years. A smear campaign, because it's more of them and less of us. If you don't believe me, the average white folk has no idea what racism is. Not unless they got black friends that they know for a long, long time. The average white person has no idea because they've never walked a day in your shoes with racism. If a cop pulls them over, they're going to cuss that police officer out. I know I was all over the place, but I'm not going to make a 20-minute or 30-minute video anymore. I'm going to make it 15 minutes. If you didn't get it and it didn't make any sense, I'll do it again or just watch it again. But it felt like everything that came out of my mouth made sense. And I know it was a lot of information, but be aware of the smear campaign, people. You are living in the matrix. Be aware that you don't know how powerful social media is that's in the palm of your hand. Every time you read something, it controls your emotions. Your emotions up, down, up, down, up, down. Out, in, out, in, out, in. That controls your health. If I control your health, I control your wealth. Because you got to go see the doctor more often. You got to pay life insurance. I control what you eat. I control your health. I control your wealth. I'm feeding you McDonald's because there's a lot of black folks that still don't believe that McDonald's can kill them. And I'm telling you, man, it's going on. There's people out there that actually think that McDonald's is nutritious, even though the hamburgers got silly putty in it. Even though you can take a McDonald's French fry, light it, and smoke it. Are you serious? They really do believe that fast food is just like any other food. But if you was to give these people an apple, orange, a banana, some fruit, it's like, that ain't no real food. So something that God grows and makes ain't real food, but something that comes out of a damn window while you're still in your car and exhaust gas is floating all around. And they hand you something called a doggy bag. Because a doggy bag was your leftover meals and dinners that you was going to give to your damn dog. Wake up, people. Take the purple pill. Put the red blue one together. Because you can't get out of La La Land. The only way you can do that, you don't want to do that. Life is worth living. But once you realize what's going on out here, you get these blinders off your eyes, it's going to be a strange, bold new place. Hey, peace. Nice talking to you. I hope this made sense. Holla.